Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is an ace match in my level 2 G-3 Gundam. It's a 500 pointer. It has definitely improved since it was first introduced, as I probably said before. It's got a Gundam ground type style beam rifle now, charges a little quicker than it used to, and does 20% added damage instead of 10, I believe. At any rate, it's much better, and I like the G3. Oop, and I just noticed somebody on me. Lost my shield, but the Pixie, got the drop on me. I was not ready to tackle. But with, equal, no type advantage or disadvantage. Those are the words. Thank you, Rob. Caught it with bazooka shells on the way down. Caught it with a couple of slashes. Yeah, so I didn't take a lot of damage from its downswing. But that Gelgoog's a problem. Now I'm out of legs, because that Gelgoog has to be geared for melee. That was really good. Pixie's done, and so am I. So, a bit of a gambit on their part, but they did a pretty good damage to our assault gun tank. And they, it's a level 3 high mobility Gelgoog. Yeah, I believe their base melee stat is the higher of the two. And we are really spread out here. It's not terrible right now. We're down 700 points. That's like one kill at these levels. I just need to be a little more careful. There's that Gelgoog. It is still trying to fight at our base. As it is, if it wants to hang at melee range, I can do that in the G3. I still prefer fighting at ranged range, but it's a stun lock machine. I can play the stun lock game when I need to. But yeah, it was a level 3 high mobility Gelgoog, so it is a 550 pointer. I think that's the only 550 point Gelgoog in the game right now. I'm trying to remember. I think it's their 550 point Gundam, which I have, G3, which I have on my other account, and then high mobility Gelgoog and Zamel are the others. I'm kind of interested to see how 550 fills out. I'm kind of thinking we will probably see GPO 1 and 2 when we reach 600, because that is what they cost in the first game, and they were well worth it generally. GPO 2 more than 1, because it could murder things with that beam bazooka. GPO 1 was a fairly standard Gundam, and it needed more stun lock options, honestly, and it needed more sub weapons. It had the standard Gundam kit. It had a beam rifle, but it had one of the first, single-shot stun beam rifles. And here's something I have type advantage on. And many thanks to the camper that fired the Sturmfaust up here and let me get those shots in. But yeah, it had a single-shot stun beam rifle and head Vulcans and a beam saber. Those were pretty much its only options. You could run it well, but the GPO2 just was much, much stronger when you got down to it. And maybe that's accurate, but when you have them set up kind of as a versus battle, that's not always the good news. And now I'm just trying to get out of this corner I've put myself in, but I'm not going to make it out alive because I am caught between 3 enemies. Tried to fire the Peasant Dwudge and didn't make it, but yeah, there's 3 of them on me. Hit the Dwudge, but it was still in its dodge roll. I am dead. Tried to eject just so I could go take the checkpoint, but yeah, I had myself surrounded. There was nothing else I could do. That was just a bad scene. I should have gone back, not forward, after I killed that gun cannon. Because, as you can see, I cost us 500 points plus, and I just smacked my keyboard with my hand, which, caused that flapping noise. But, yeah, it was not my smartest move. I have this thing just generally with my mobility options. I tend to want to move forward rather than back once I'm in attack mode, just because backing up if you don't know what's behind you or stopping to turn around sometimes not as good as just moving forward and getting done with it. I've had more luck sometimes with that. When I go into backpedal mode, when I start fighting moving backwards, I'm pretty good at it. It's just getting there. I don't think I stunned my teammate, which is good. They're running Gundam with Hyper Bazooka and Hammer. And I'm just waiting for my rifle to charge, and boom. And now I screwed up my weapon swap, or I would have killed him a second earlier. My Gundam friend is down. I saw those two there, and I decided this time it was time to move back. So I did it right this time. But yeah, like I said, and I'm the ace, so minor damage because I didn't get behind cover fast enough. They are after me as they should be because I'm the ace. But yeah, when I find, moving forward I've found is often better than back, but my backpedal game is pretty strong when I'm paying enough attention. Right now I'm just trying to get that blue Destiny 2 stunned so I can pull back and get out of the way. If I can get that Gelgug, it's nearly dead. I just have to keep myself alive long enough to do it. Sent the need support Talon. I've got the whole team here now. I just have to get that Gelgug and not die until I have. Hit its shield, sabered it, it's dead. I'm about to go, but maybe I can do some damage before I do. They were on... Nope, flubbed my weapon swap. I was trying to use rifle, so I didn't get any extra damage in on that blue Destiny 2 before I dropped. And unfortunately, I am worth 1,500 points. On the upside, my allies just took out the enemy Ace 2, so I'm going to get back in first, and they, made a pretty good pile of points on them. I think the enemy Ace might be their G-3, and if so, I think it's a level 3, so it might be a 550 pointer. Nothing wrong with that. As it is, I spawned back here behind everybody, because that is not a bad place to be as the Ace. If they'd hung on just one more second, I could have gotten that for them and gotten us a bunch more points, but we're doing okay. We've got a pretty good lead, and there's the enemy Ace. Tagged him. Just following up on anything I can hit, basically. Overheated my rifle. I think I meant to fire bazooka, but again, not always doing the weapon swap right. The Ace is about 2/3 dead. Stunned the Gelgug. Followed up with Vulcans because I wasn't sure I had time to do anything else very well. Decided to go for the Gelgug because I could get it without hurting half my team. Remembered that I had forced injectors there, and screwed up weapon swap again. I'm doing that a lot lately. I'm getting in too much of a hurry. But there's that blue Destiny 2 again. Didn't want to give it time to charge its rifle. It swept back before I could knock it down. Missed with my rifle. Used my tried to make good use of my maneuver armor, because this maneuver armor, again, with raids you have to be really careful when you're boosting, because you can use boost to cancel out a lot of stun. You just have to do it at the right time and place. And now I just have to kill that guy. He's trying to get out, and they, let's see, want to get him if I can. Got him with the tackle, and that's 1,300 points for us. With 14 seconds left and the enemy Ace just destroyed, we pretty much got this. At this point, I could get killed and we still wouldn't lose it, so I'm just going after this gun cannon as hard as I can to try and get more points in while it's possible. Did not get him killed in time, but I gave it my best shot. And we won! So hey, that was a pretty good round, I think. And yeah, like I said, I kind of made an error there with the G3, but we recovered, and I did pretty good damage. 5,900 point score, 87,000 points damage. Pretty decent. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. So till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! So, I haven't mentioned it in ages, but I do actually have an Amazon wishlist set up for the channel of games I'd like to maybe, take a spin at recording sometime, and also of, other things that would be really useful for the channel, like PSN cards so I can get more tokens for Battle Operation 2, things like that. I don't know why this is more awkward to do in my own space than on the podcast I'm on, but I also have a personal wish list. And there's a link that they set up so that if you get anything off of it, a couple of cents go back and help pay the overhead of Radio Free Cybertron, which would be entirely cool by me. But I'll put the link in the description if anybody wants to take a look. But most importantly, just thank you everybody for watching everything, watching all these videos all this time, for sponsoring me on Patreon, for everything you've done to support Flailthroughs all this time, because I never thought I was going to get anywhere near 5,000 subscribers, and it looks like I'm going to do that sometime this year. So, for everybody that's stuck with me from the beginning, and for everybody that's found me since, I just really appreciate it. Thank you.